I have the 16 gauge non-tarnished silver wire for building structure, and then I have the 26 gauge non-tarnished silver wire for threading and putting the structures together. And then I have beads of 4mm, 6mm, and 8mm for threading and in between and adding stuff. So this is a fun thing you can do. There's no right or wrong. Just take some wire. I'm not even going to measure it. I'm guessing that's like maybe 7 inches there, but really just taking the wire, and let's make a swirl. Just hold it tight and just wrap the wire around. And just really enjoy the wire. Like, just enjoy the shape. Sometimes you can draw the shapes on paper first and then copy them with your wire, but sometimes it's fun to just be free form and not plan or think about anything at all. Just kind of go with it. About 10 inches. What is he making? He won't tell you because he doesn't know. That makes it incredibly relaxing and fun. Imagine what kind of cuff this could be. And all just from playing around with shapes and enjoying the wire. Well, let's do something simpler today. Here's where it can get tricky, trying to remember which part goes where, because there's so many parts as you start to thread it with the 26 gauge. So what's an easy solution? And now I see I want to modify it a bit more. Now to trace it. Not every line is traced, but that'll help get the general idea in case the whole thing kind of separates and memory isn't as perfect as you think it should be. Now I'm going to do something I normally don't do, is I'm going to take a separate piece of wire for every connection and see if I can connect them before doing anything else. Maybe these will just be temporary. I actually have no idea how this is going to work, but we'll just see for now. Okay, this is not working. This is kind of a mess. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to trace these better. I'm going to trace every tiny, tiny little area so nothing is mistaken for something else, even if it takes me a long time. And I'm just going to take one giant piece of wire, I don't know, 3 feet. I'm going to thread everything all at once. Hopefully this will work. Take 2. And start way at the bottom here. And I'm going to take this piece off. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to start from the end, not from the middle. Just going to give myself a little, about 1 inch there. And just wrap that baby around a few times just to start it. Okay, we're off to the races. Let's see if we can do this. Immediately, I would like to put a large bead in here somewhere. Let's pick some beads. You kind of want to get your bead patterns down ahead of time, and I think this will be it. This purple, pink, and light blue. These stones all going everywhere from I think that's actually a 10 millimeter going all the way down to a 4 millimeter. So let's try to get the camera to focus there. Okay. All right, let's go. The good news is I can kind of dangle it while I string the next bead and just let it fall all the way down the whole 3.5 feet. The bad news is you should not pick this many different colors and sizes. You should probably stick to like 2 colors and 2 sizes. So anyway, this is going to be kind of crazy. The easy part is when it's like this and you can just wrap it right around. Never mind. Not really too many easy parts. Oh yeah, when you can just kind of bring it around like that and then pull tight. If you can just get it over a loop and pull tight instead of having to thread the whole thing in some difficult place. Okay, that's the easy spots. We'll see. I don't know how many are going to be easy or hard. Okay, this part is easy. Watch this. Come around, come around, come around. You just keep on coming around, and each little part is just ducks under there. Now it's getting a little harder. Come around. See how it's making a nice diagonal like all the way across until almost ready. One more time. Come around. Okay, now we can connect these two. We'll do it like this. We'll come around this one. Come around. There we go. So wait, he's supposed to be in there like that. Okay. I messed that up. Okay. All right, this is too many colors, too many beads. Let's put the whole thing together. Let's start over. Okay, thank goodness I had that traced. I would not remember how that went. Okay, let's just do the wire for now. Let's just put it together with the wire. We'll worry about the beads later. Okay, tight connection there. And then we'll start to weave it up through here. Zigzagged around here. We have a little bit of wire left. Make a curlicue. Stick it right on there. Boom. You better stay there. Okay. Continuing with the long part right here. All right. We're going to come around here. And we're going to diagonal up through here. Oof. I need to practice threading. This is intense. Once you get it, I bet it's really relaxing, but till then, it's a little intense, just a little bit. We're about to make another connection here. Man, this camera is weird. One more. Okay. Now, ooh, yeah. Now we can come around this side, right there. Get in there. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's make these two connect. Ooh, yeah. Get around both. Get around both. Oh, that wasn't too hard. Okay. Just get it around both of these loops several times. And oh, yeah, that feels good. Feels really good. Okay. All right. Now we will continue working our way up around. Let's see what's next. What do we have here? Okay. All right. This one is going to come in next. So we'll work our way up there. Oof. I bet 28 might be easier. This 26 is still kind of wiry. They say when you get really thin wire, it's almost like thread. I'm a little afraid to go thinner than 26. Okay, next one. Make the connection. There it is. Come through here. Pull it through. Pull it tight. Come through again. Push it in. Push the loop in. Push the loop through. Pull it through. Pull it tight. Come around again. Okay, I think we made a good connection. Come around one more time to be sure. Okay, now we got to fit that one in there like a puzzle piece. So we should probably head on down there to that area before we go any further so that one doesn't get left out, because he's integral. Here we go. It's right there like that. Oh man, gotta hold all these parts together. Okay, we're getting it, we're getting it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We're doing it, we're doing it. Oh yeah. This definitely makes me want to take up soldering. If I could put these beautiful pieces together and just go and put some like metal hot glue, essentially, which is what I think of solder being, even though it probably is different. It seems a lot easier than all this threading. Oh well, it'll be worth it in the end. So we zigzagged up here. We're still zigzagging around, trying not to kink the wire. See that? That's a kink right there. See that? That's what you don't want. You don't want a kink. If you get a kink, you got to figure out how to unkink it. Sometimes you got to pull it back through if it's like a full curlicue. In this case, it looks like it's just kind of a swivel. I'm just going to see if I can just go like this, make little clampy movements with the flat nose pliers and see if I can just get the wire straight again. Just get the wire to feel okay. I feel like that's not there. There really was no crimp. What crimp? I don't see a crimp. Try to trick the wire into thinking everything's fine. Stop panicking, wire. Everything's fine. Okay. Coming around, coming around. Coming around. Okay. Ready for this part. All right, we're in. Oh, this is going to make the connection so much better as soon as these two connect. Oh, right there. Now this is going to be a little tricky because we got to thread it through this little teeny tiny part, but afterwards it's going to be a really good connection. Okay. That's one. Got to do about 3. I feel like you need 3 to really be secure. Oh, I can kind of come around here and then come. Nope, can't do that. I just got to pull it through. 2. That's 2. This part I can just come around. And then this is the tricky one where I have to actually thread it. Get that little loop in there and then pull it through and make sure it doesn't turn into a kink. Oh, got it. Got it. 3. That's 3. Yes. Where do we go from here? I think we're going to head back down. Okay, finally we're done. It's all together. It looks pretty good. Now we can decide if we actually want beads or not. I still think these 3 looked really good like that. But then where else? I feel like you can see it better now in the black. So where all do we put the beads? We could literally thread them in every single spot, but that would just make it too busy and too wild. I'm gonna do the next one. I'll try the next one with beads. We're just gonna keep this simple this time. It's a little bit floppy, strong. It's not going to get pulled out of place. This part is a little bit like that could be snaggable. I don't like that. Maybe that part, but the rest of it, it's pretty solid. I mean, it moves, but if it's going to be laying flat as a pendant, it's not too much in danger of. So you know what? I'm just going to use the rest of this wire and add a little more and just do a little more threading. Try not to make it too busy. Just try to strengthen a little bit more. I threaded the whole thing around and I have this much left. I think I'm just gonna connect that right there to that little spot because that'll just strengthen everything, and that way I won't have to do any big wide weaves where you actually see the thin wire fanning out, which can look cool if you make it really clean. But I feel like this already has its own style, that the thick wire is making the design, and then there's a little bit of ice kind of like icicle icing going around with the diagonal of the thin wire. We'll just keep it simple for now. Sorry, I could not resist. I have to put some beads in. Let's do this. And we just had enough wire left, so which means we need to add a little more wire and add a few more beads. I think that's enough. Hopefully that's not too busy. But I'm not going to remember where all these are, so again, I'm going to use this trusty guide to mark them for myself. Okay, that should be good. Ooh, finally finished. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of threading. A lot of different pieces of wire, and I ended each piece of wire with a little silver curly Q, which I then E6000 glued to the wire behind it. And that was a lot of threading and curly Qs and placing the beads just right. And oh my gosh. But I'm so glad I did it. The piece, I think the accents really help a lot. I think they add, they don't take away, they're not too busy. And I feel like I was able to, with the added wire and with all the beads, I was able to strengthen all the connections without it looking messy or sloppy or busy. And so I just kind of curved this a little bit, bent it into the shape. It still moves right here, but that's kind of like because it's on hinges. It's not because it's weak. So that part's not going to matter. And just a couple jump rings up there, or I could just do a little teeny tiny silver figure 8, which I think I'm going to do because it'll go with everything else. And then the chain, and we are good to go. Ta-da.